Hey guys, Stacey Nelson. I My hair looks really red in this light. It's really kind of weird. I'm running a lot of errands this summer, and my daughter is currently at a music lesson, so I thought I would just take a few minutes and do my video in the car today. A couple weeks ago on my Facebook page, I posted a quote that pretty much, it was from Jessica Scott, and it said something about you only have 18 delicious summers with your children, and this is one of them. And that should give you perspective, is basically what it was saying. And that really went crazy. I think that we all want to be intentional with our summer, but we don't always know how. Or if you're like me, you've kind of let things go crazy in the summer. Like one year I let my girls sign up for so many things. It was really out of control. And so this year I really wanted to simplify that. What I really wanted to do this summer was to be intentional. And my word for the year that I chose back in January is simplify. I don't know if you ever choose a word for your year or not, but it's a great practice. I've done it for maybe 5 or 6 years, maybe 6 years now. And it really just helps me to focus in on this one word and kind of like helps me shape my goals for the year. And so I chose the word simplify. I came up with 3 things that I think you can do to help simplify your summer with kids. So the very first one is to come up with your own word for the summer. So I have the word simplify for my whole year, but I was thinking, well, what if I just have a word just for my summer? What do I want to accomplish this summer? What does that look like? And so I chose the word memories because I only have a few summers left with my oldest daughter, and I really want to make some memories. Using that word is helping me to shape my goals for the summer. So I think that's a great idea, just to choose a word for the summer and then use that word to help you shape your goals and make some decisions about what's most important, because we can't do everything in the summer. And I always have these grandiose plans, and I'm an idealist. You may have figured that out by now. And those, I just can't get it all done. I am choosing just a couple of goals. And one of my goals is to do some things on a bucket list. And I don't want to do like a billion things on a bucket list like I've tried to do in the past. But our bucket list this year is just Post-it notes. So I asked the girls what they want to do. They wrote a few things down, and that's what our bucket list is. In the past, I have done this. I have this bucket list printable that you can go download on my blog. If you go to amazingmess.com, you can get that there. So it's just a little bucket list, and you don't have to fill everything in. That was my hard part with figuring out like how many spots, because I don't want people to feel like they have to do 20 bucket list items, right? Because that's a lot. But choose maybe just a couple per kid, or let them choose something and then go for that. Let's see, what else? So that was it. Kind of use your word to let it shape your goals for the summer. My second thing then is streamlining home management. It's not my favorite thing. I'll just say that much, but I've learned to do it because it has to get done. But the simpler that I can make things this summer, the better, I think. So one of the things is menu planning. I think menu planning is essential pretty much all the times of year. But in the summer, if I can just do crock pot meals and instant pot meals, things from the freezer cooking, all of that kind of stuff, just to make it as easy as possible. That's kind of my goal with that. The other thing is, yay, my girls are old enough that they are each taking 1 night per week. So they are making meals 1 night per week. They're coming up with the recipes and the ideas, and I'm helping them buy the stuff and get that. And then they are in charge of that evening's meal. And it has been fabulous because 3 times a week, I don't have to do the cooking, and it's lovely. Your kids aren't that big yet, I'm sorry. They will be soon, I promise. And if you really work with them and work with them on their kitchen skills, I highly recommend Kids Cook Real Food e-course. It's fabulous. and we'll get them started cooking. And yeah, it's great. I will link to that in the notes below. What else? There are chores. So chores are an important part of our day. My girls are old enough that mostly they know their chores and they do them, and it's not that big of an issue. But when they were little, we did have like a checklist, and I think a checklist is awesome because they can go through, check off what they're supposed to do, and then, and only then, do they have electronics time. Otherwise, they're like asking you all the time, can we get this out? Can we look at this? Blah, blah, blah. And so I also have, I don't know if you can see that, a chore chart that is customizable, so you can fill it in and then even just like laminate it, put it on the fridge or whatever, and they can like mark off when they do their job. So, I mean, I had very basic things like make your bed, brush your teeth, brush your hair, but then also things like read for an hour or read for 30 minutes or whatever it is you want to add here. You could add that for your summer list, and then they need to finish all of those things before they can get any electronics time. So there you go. All right, number 3. No, let's go back. Decluttering, because that's another home management thing that I think. So streamlining your home management. Decluttering is huge in helping you clean less. I know that sounds terrible, but I really don't like to clean. So I try to get rid of as much stuff as I can so I don't have to clean it. That's true. That's absolutely true. I recommend starting either in the bathroom or in the living room to kind of build up momentum. If you're just starting the decluttering process, is really helpful. I mean, the bathroom is basically you're throwing away things that have just gotten stuffed back in drawers that shouldn't be there. And it's not like, there's not quite that emotional attachment that you're going to run into for some other decluttering things that you need to do. So it's good to start there and kind of build that momentum up. Okay, number 3. Number 3 is give yourself margin. What time is it? I got a little bit of time. So give yourself margin and build in some downtime during your day. So having a built-in afternoon rest break is kind of how we've done it in the past, because our mornings are usually full with activities or whatever, and then in the afternoon we just kind of chill. Like we have an hour to 2 hours where it's just you go in your room, you read a book, you listen to an audio book. It's just your time to kind of rest and relax, and then we go on with the rest of our day. But also, I think building in margin as far as don't so overstuff your schedule that by the end of the day, you just feel so ragged, but you're like, what even happened during this day? So there is kind of this balance, because there's a push and a pull between having structure and then being free, because that's kind of what the summer is about, right? But kids still need some structure. But we also want them to have time to explore their interests and do whatever during the summer, those lazy days of summer. So the more margin that I give us, the better it really is. And I feel a lot less grumpy when there's more margin in my day. So I highly recommend adding some margin to your day, and adding a little rest break also in the afternoon is a good idea. Those are my 3 tips for simplifying your summer. Let me know in the comments below if you have any other ideas that you like to use to make your summer a little more simple and a lot more fun.